Good evening. How's everyone doing tonight? Okay. I got you there, Garth. Anyways, I figured I'd come on do a quick product review. Uh, my wife got me some copper fit gloves. Uh, I've got really bad circulation uh, in my hands and fingers and such. Uh, so she decided that this was something I might want to try. It's supposed to help with circulation and arthritis pain and all that. As you can see, uh, it's got the copper fit, so it's the name brand stuff. They're comfortable enough. Uh, they don't really impair my movements at all. Uh, I can use the computer. Uh, Now, that takes some getting used to uh, because with the way the fingertips are, uh, when I play games, I use the little mouse wheel. And of course, if you press down on the game to do a certain action, and when I'm scrolling with the wheel, this little bump right there, since I've using my normal pressure on the mouse, it'll click that wheel and cause an unwanted effect in my game. But as far as typing on the keyboards, since they're fingerless gloves, they don't really affect the keyboard. Uh, it hasn't been cool enough because that's where the blood flow really gets restricted is in the cold weather, and it's been a fairly nice temperature the last couple days. Uh, I think I've had these for 3 days. I think 3 days ago my wife bought them for me. Uh, but uh, so far they're okay. Uh, I haven't got any kind of magical effect from the copper stuff in there. I think all that's just marketing. Uh, and like I say, it's been pretty comfortable temperature wise. It's been raining basically on and off all day. I don't know if you can see it, but I do have my office window open because it's probably about 70 degrees outside right now. Uh, Matter of fact, I got a long sleeve shirt on that I've rolled up the sleeves on just for comfort because of the temperature. Um, Beyond that, uh, like I say, I don't know exactly. I think the wife said she spent about, I can't remember exactly how much she spent on these. It is like between $15 and $20, and it does have the uh, neoprene rubber on the palms. I don't know if you can see that real well. Yeah, it shows up on the camera pretty well, uh, which will help you grip. But sometimes, like if I'm trying to brush something off my desk, that rubber will kind of catch. And it takes getting used to having these things on all the time. But like I say, giving them a shot, you know. Uh, if they work, they work. If they don't, well, you know, it was something that we at least tried. Uh, so far, like I say, so far I haven't had any hand pain. Uh, but like I say, the temperature hasn't got to where, I mean, my fingertips, when it gets down to 60 degrees or less, my fingertips will in the circulation. Uh, but like I say, so far, I mean, I'm not real impressed, but I'm not disappointed. So, you know, if you're thinking about getting something like this, you know, uh, it may or may not help. Uh, I don't know if I've got them here or not. Uh, but not too long ago, I've been having a lot of muscle cramps in my legs because of my diabetes and the nerve damage from my back and whatnot. So I got some, they're not copper fit, but they're compression socks that have copper. They seem to help, but, you know, it may be a psychological thing, but it's something you can give a shot, you know. Like if you've got bad arthritis or so, there's times where, especially with being on the computer most of the day, there's times that my hands will really hurt. And I really haven't had that issue lately, but like I say, it hasn't been real cold. So, you know, the cold weather really affects me. Uh, and here the past few days, it hasn't been cold. So, you know, take it for what it's worth. Like I say, so far it's not a waste of money, but it's nothing to get all worked up or excited about. Um, Beyond that, uh, boy, the news of the day. Uh, the Iran deal. Uh, I can't even remember. Steve over at Agenda Free did a 7+ hour stream on that. He's taking a break to get something to eat and then probably come back on and stream. Uh, Lots of trolls in the chat, but you know, that's pretty much a normal thing for Steve chats. Uh, and he was holding steady right around 4,000 people watching the stream. So you're going to get your fair share of trolls coming in on that. And of course they were out, and everyone's sitting there trying to say that it's the start of World War III, and oh my God, we're all gonna die, and you know, give me a break. Uh, this ain't gonna be that. Uh, and then they're worried about their gas prices going up, and I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. Uh, the only way it's gonna get really bad is if Iran starts attacking oil tankers in the Gulf. And if they do that, then there's a good chance that there'll be a war, but it won't be a world war. It'll be a localized war in the Gulf region. Uh, I don't see us invading Iran because I really don't think that Trump wants to get involved in another 20+ year war. And let's face it, going into Iran would be the same thing as what you've got in Afghanistan and in Iraq. We've had troops in those countries. Afghanistan going on what, 19 years, and Iran 17 or 18 years we've been in there. Uh, I don't I don't foresee us going into Iran. I mean, we might do some bombing campaigns. Might take Iran's navy out of the equation, but I don't see a ground invasion. There's nothing to be gained, and Trump would only lose uh, because the country is tired of the constant war uh, that we've had ever since 2001. And I just don't see that being a good political move for Trump to try to pull off. Uh, Matter of fact, I think it would backfire on him uh, because the country is tired of war. Uh, so I think all these people complaining that this is going to be the start of World War III, I really think they're way off base on that. Uh, it just, I don't feel it. I mean, yeah, there might be a regional war, a regional conflict, uh, but I don't see it as being a declared war because Congress won't give Trump a declaration of war. Uh, so it would be more of the same. Uh, Once you take Iran's military out of it or take their government out of it, you'd have the same thing that you have in Iraq and Afghanistan now. You've got that small, really small percentage of radicalized Muslims that would be causing trouble. Guerrilla warfare. I mean, the majority of the people, uh, the majority of the people over there are good people. Uh, it's just their government that is the main problem. Their government is run by the radical Muslims, and you know, even if you take out their government, you're still going to have ISIS and whatnot that's going to cause you issues. Uh, so I don't see us really going into Iran. Like I say, we might take their navy out of the equation, might take their air force out of the equation, but I don't see us going in on the ground. Uh, Not a full blown invasion for sure. And if you're not going to go full blown, then don't put any troops in there at all. Uh, you might see some battles along the border of Iraq and Iran. Uh, but I don't see any large scale conflict coming out of it. Uh, I don't think you have to worry about Russia getting involved in it. They may supply Iran with what. Uh, I mean, they did that crap in uh, North Korea. They did that uh, crap with Vietnam, where they hell in Vietnam they even supplied Russian pilots to fly their MiGs because let's face it, uh, you can give the Iranian Air Force the latest greatest MiG, and if they don't know how to fly it and fight with it, it's not gonna uh, mean a hill of beans. They're not gonna get any bang for their buck out of it. So you might see that, uh, but if we can prove that would happen, that would be a whole nother deal. Like I say, I don't see Russia or China getting involved in it. Uh, China, China's not going to go to war with us because we're too big of a trading partner. That's where they get all their money from. That's where they've gotten their money to build up their navy and their armed forces, is from selling cheap junk to America. So they decide to go to war, that ain't going to happen no more, and they're going to run out of money. China's not really interested with us. Uh, they're more interested in territories down in the South China Sea, uh, kind of like pre war Japan. They're eyeing those resources in that part of the world. Uh, so, I mean, if anything, the Chinese would move on that while we were occupied. And I don't really see that happening at this point. So I think all these fear mongers that are expecting a world war to break out, you know, that's that's all it is fear mongering. Uh, we don't have nothing to worry about on that. Uh, like I say, that's basically all I wanted to cover. Like I say, quick review on these gloves. I'll do another review. I don't know, in a week or so. Uh, see what happens between now and then. See if they really help. Like I say, I've only been using them for 3 days, and I take them off when I'm playing a game or so because they do interfere with the mouse a little bit. Uh, but otherwise, they're at least comfortable, and they're thin enough to where my hands don't sweat. So, like I say, we'll give them time to uh, give a good review to. Like I say, so far I'm not real impressed, but then again, I'm not disappointed. So I'm willing to give them at least another week uh, before I pass my final judgment uh, on whether they actually help or not. Uh, Other than that, like I say, I'll see y'all in the funny papers, see you in Steve's streams. Uh, you know, you're more than welcome to hit me up on either in the streams or on Discord. I'm on Discord with the unofficial agenda free Discord. If you want to chat, I'm usually up in the middle of the night, so I'm usually free. Uh, Beyond that, that's pretty much all I would want to do. I may be doing a stream on reviewing some hot sauces for Christmas. My one daughter got me a thing of like 30 different hot sauces that are supposedly flavors from around the world. Uh, you can see I've been using this one. This one is Texas Smoky Chipotle sauce, and that's not bad. You've got like, let's see, Argentinian hot sauce, smoky Jamaican, uh, Brazilian Carnival. Like I say, there's like 30. This one, this one should be interesting. It's Dragon's Breath hot sauce. You know, so I think when I have the opportunity to try all of these, I'll probably be doing a review of this stuff. Like I say, the box it came in is hot sauce flavors of the world. Like I say, when I get the opportunity to try more, I'll probably be doing a stream on that to review the hot sauces. I like food with flavor. Uh, like if I get eggs, hot sauces going on them. Uh, like in the morning, sometimes when I'm in town, I'll pick up a sausage egg biscuit. I'll bring it home and I'll put my hot sauce on it. Uh, so that's something that I'll probably do in the future. I may do some reviews on different DVDs or stuff that I see on TV. Like I say, this channel's just about this and that. Uh, if there's something, yeah, yeah. Like I say, Garth, I'm definitely going to give them some time. Uh, they, like I say, they don't cause me any discomfort. So if I'm not having discomfort, maybe they're doing something. Uh, so like I say, I'll give it a week or so. I'll give it at least one cold snap uh, to see if it helps with the circulation in my fingertips and such. Uh, and kind of go from there. Let me see. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Uh, Beyond that, like I say, got my computer running, of course. I've got that video of where I built that computer. You can see the RGB lights in it. Uh, Man, they're interesting. I mean, they don't really help anything as far as how the computer runs. This is the first time I've had a liquid cooler on my CPU, and the only major complaint I have about the liquid cooling is the pump, and the radiator is kind of loud. Uh, Beyond that, I can't hear the fans running at all. And I have heard about the liquid cooling being, the pumps being loud. Uh, Never really experienced those before. So, uh, so far, I like it. Uh, like I say, the uh, the pump on the liquid cooling is a little bit loud, but it's not as loud as the case I had before, because the case I had before had the fan for the CPU, had two fans in the front, one large fan on the side, two fans blowing exhaust through the top, one fan blowing exhaust through the back. So that case had very good air circulation, but it was loud with all those fans in it. This one, I don't hear the fans. The only thing I hear out of this is that that liquid cooler pump, and it gives off kind of like a buzz noise, an electronic buzz. Most of the time, it doesn't bother me. Like right now, the air conditioner is going in the rest of the house, so I don't hear uh, that liquid cooling pump. Uh, when that air conditioner shuts off, I'll probably hear it. Excuse me. Like I say, beyond that, like I say, it's been raining all day, but the temperature's nice. Uh, this is our rainy season, so it doesn't surprise me, but it's keeping my pond full, so I don't complain too much. Most of the time, it's nice, so I'm not going to complain. Uh, like I say, that was basically it. I just wanted to give out my views on the whole Iran situation and do a quick review. I say 3 days use of these gloves. Uh, like I say, I'll give it at least a week more before I pass any kind of major judgment. Like I say, I'm not real impressed at this point. I have to take, but that's a whole nother issue. So, anyways, uh, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this stream because right now my time, so that probably coming back on around 3 in the morning time. So I want to be around for that. Uh, so like I say, I don't want to run too long. I'm sure nobody wants to sit and listen to my butt ramble on. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream right now, and hope you all have a good day or evening wherever you are. And I will catch you later.